So now, if you want to deal with your karma, the simplest thing is, you sit here, absolute dispassion for this one, total passion for everything else. This is all.
This is all. Today, as you can see on the screen, we are reacting to Mahabharat. Not
Mahabharat.
nice. That's good. We know that there was one person who just got tingly all over when they heard that, and then very sad soon after. Shouts to Mahabharat guy.
Some other people have been joining the bandwagon, though.
A few people. Yeah, I've been noticing as well.
Is the time approaching?
It's getting scary.
Off in the distance, I hear a rumble.
An entire television series? Really? Is that what's out there?
Just imagine like an army of horses coming up over the hillside, but it all just has the Mahabharat guy's icon.
They've just got they've just got a bunch of flags, but it's the same comment that he always sends on the flag. It's like, react to Mahabharat. You can get it on Disney Plus or the Hotstar app. If you've been in the comments, you know exactly what we're talking about.
Mitch and I on the other hillside with our swords, we're like, we can't fend them for much longer. This might be it, Mitchell. Not today, though. Today we're learning about Sadhguru's past lives.
That is what we're doing, isn't it?
Yeah, let's do it. He said he was a slave for 3 lifetimes.
I don't believe him.
Yeah.
Couldn't be.
When you have nothing to lose and nothing to gain, you can do whatever you want. Either you can go sit in a mountain cave, simply blissed out, or you can get active in the world. You can do many things. You can be somewhat active, somewhat withdrawn, or all out active. Depends. What's your choice? My choice has been shaped by the needs in the world, not by my whim. Till
Before he gets into this,
Yeah.
that's been really in my general awareness. Is like, why am I choosing to do the things that I'm doing? Is it because I don't have any other choice because I'm bound by my desires? Or is it, yeah, I could go this way, this way, this way, but this is going to be the best option for me, genuinely. And it's like, yes, I could do these other things if I wanted to. If that's what was calling me. And it's not just like I'm, say, drinking coffee every morning because if I didn't, like, I wouldn't have enough energy and I would be in shambles and, like, I'd have a headache. It's like, rather I'm trying to, like, do things because I recognize the myriad of options and I've chosen this one out of all those options. It's a hard thing to be aware of, but yeah.
And an interesting thing just to think about of how he's like, I've been acting based on the world's needs. And how to know the world's needs. You know, like what?
Yeah.
Because with that, it comes to me of being like, am I making my choices based on like the desires coming from the ego of like, this is what I want to be, want to do. But then it's like, how many of my, comes back to that savior saved thing that I have going on of like, am I trying to be like a savior to the world? Or was I first actually saved? So now it's like, now I can see a bit clearer.
Yes.
But then when you have that like savior mentality and you look at the world and you're like, what does the world need? You have a completely distorted image of that.
I was just going to say, how many people would say that they're acting out of the world's needs,
Mm.
and how different that would look based on each person that would say that. Like, what's the world's needs? Like, this is not like what you're doing for the world. It's like, what is the world's needs? Like that, and just how different everyone's answers would be.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's another thing where it feels like if you're questioning whether you know or not what the world's needs are, you don't know it.
Pause before you act.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
It seems like that sort of action is what's got us to climate change.
Yeehaw! And, go through the list in
Yeah,
your mind
yeah.
of all those other things that you know exist. That's why. Yeah.
Because no one's like, oh, I'm going to be a dick today.
Yeah,
I'm going to mess up the next generation.
exactly.
Like, who the hell?
Right,
no one
right.
thinks that.
Everyone's
They're-
like, oh, this is what the world needs.
Yeah.
Or like, this is
or
what
at least like my family.
my family.
Yeah,
This is,
which is their world. you know?
right.
Which
Ah,
is
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, well, how did Sadhguru figure out what the world
Lovely.
needs?
Till I consecrated Dhyanalinga.
Yeah.
Just watched a video the other day he was talking about like pre-Sadhguru Dhyanalinga and post-Sadhguru Dhyanalinga, and how he was like, that is like the turning point. Or the like you can just mark my life based on it, or my friends do at least. Yeah.
Integrated Dhyanalinga. There was only one intent. Because I'm somebody's slave, I don't want to tell you all those terrible things which have been beautiful to me. A man who doesn't even want to touch me with his foot, he touches me with a stick, I served that man for 3 lifetimes. So, that's a terrible story, but with fantastic results. Because I'm result-oriented, I value the result, I don't resent the touch with the stick. Many of you have these issues, that's why I'm telling you. Sadhguru didn't even look my way. He doesn't. So,
Whoa.
because my activity,
Dude. Yeah. Like if you were in the presence of Sadhguru, being able to separate so sorry. Being able to separate like, am I part of his attention right now? Like, am I special to him? From what is the result in me of meeting Sadhguru?
Oh.
Regardless of whether he looks at me once, touches me, anything, like, pays attention to me, any of that. Regardless of any of that, what's the effect? What's the result?
Yeah. And how much we do on our daily lives, not for the actual result, but for all the little things like the attention or the XYZ, but not like what makes our energy blossom the most or whatever.
Yes, that's a great way of putting it. Energy blossom. Value judgment.
since Dhyanalinga, till then, I was not bothered about anything else, just one thing.
Damn.
I thought that's it, and with that I will even end. Because I had not created an intent in my mind as what I will do beyond that.
Jeez.
So things collapsed, things happened, whatever, that's all history now, every one of you know it probably. When the body began to collapse very badly, when my basic structure got very badly damaged and became almost like what to say, little crippled, then it became like a challenge, let's see if we can get back. And there were also some absolutely wonderful and dedicated people around me who were willing to give their life if necessary.
Jeez.
So for their sake and also as a challenge, if we can really build back the system, we took up certain things and started working, which is another kind of karma. Well, those of you who have seen me since 99, that is 1999, because a whole lot of millennials who do not know there was a 20th century, So in the year 1999, if you had seen me, and today you're seeing me, well, in terms of physical well-being, I'm leaps and bounds ahead of what I was 20 years ago. In 20 years, decline should have happened, but in 20 years, I'm way better than what I was. It's clearly visible in every way. So, once we succeed…
Every time I hear Sadhguru say
Bend your idea of reality right there.
Yeah. Anytime I hear Sadhguru say any personal story, it just feels like his life is just this epic. And you're just getting little slivers of it. It's like when you're… like my grandfather will tell stories. And it's like all these like wacky stories and they just don't seem to end. It's like the stories just keep going and going and it's like, was your life just full of just these wacky stories? It's like every time Sadhguru tells a story, it's like, that is absolutely epic.
Yeah.
Like that is something that most people would hang their hats on for their whole life.
Yeah.
And he's like, toss it out as like one of the million things that's happened.
Yeah.
Just gives me another level of like reverence for the man. The myth. The mystic. Ah, we both whispered it. Yes. Very good.
Mystic.
Anything?
No.
Anything at all?
No, I thought it was crazy.
Anything? Lovely.
Good point.
Successfully built back the system, then the question was, okay, what the hell do we do? My long-term dream, that I will ride away across the world, not a care in the world, simply full tank, open road, gone. That was the dream of that time. Even if my stomach was empty, it didn't matter. Motorcycle tank was full, road was empty. This virus time, this lockdown time, should be really nice to ride. Almost every road is like a racetrack, but I'm not allowed to ride, so… that dream I thought, shall I revive? But all the people around me, without them I wouldn't have had the intent to go through that enormous striving that it took of almost 3 years or 3.5 years to build back the system. I wouldn't have had the intent without all these people looking hopefully at me. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't have had the intent to build it back. So then naturally got involved with people, their spiritual process. Then when you went to teach spiritual process, then you saw people are hungry, somebody is sick, nothing happening for them, so we got involved in the social process. Then we saw, even if somebody is just about getting enlightened, there is not even a tree in the village, so we started planting trees to a point where people are calling me tree planter. So all this karma. But what do you think? Look at me and tell me, you think this karma is taking a toll on me? Sometimes I might not have slept well, I'm a little… But does it look like it's taking a toll on me? Because I want you to understand, all of you, get this straight. The simplest way to deal with all the humongous mountains of karma that you may have, because if you have a Himalayan-sized karmic…
I just gotta pause for this music for a second.
For some reason, I'm really enjoying the way this video is set up.
Yeah, and I've realized that it's definitely… they definitely took like the normal Sadhguru clip and photoshopped something on top of it.
Yeah.
Like that thing on the right. But I do like it. Well done.
Me as well.
Mahabharat TV.
Going back…
It's a sign.
It's a sign.
The army's approaching.
Oh my God! Save yourself! You can't run from this, kids.
Yeah.
Some things you can't run from. This is just so it's such a different flavor of Sadhguru that you usually get. He's just talking about his life, and he just never does that. He's always talking about just like truth, 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 truth. And just hearing him talk about his own process it gives like more connection to the man.
And how amazing it is that his whole, like, all the things that, all the programs he started, all that stuff. He was like, oh yeah, then, you know, I got involved with people's spiritual lives because, like, all these people were looking to me. Then found out that they didn't have food. Then found out that they didn't have medicine. Then found out that they didn't have trees. And it's like all this stuff that you, like, you see Isha have like plastered on their marketing stuff, and you're like, wow, these were like really calculated things. And it's like, we literally just saw what was wrong, and we're like, how can we fix this?
And he also was talking about,
how can we help fix this?
like, I don't know if I'm interpreting this wrong, but it seemed like he was talking about how that was all, like, you think of all those inherently, like, at least in my head, it's like the first thing is like, those are all good things. Good things he's doing. Like, good things he's doing for humanity.
Yeah.
But he was talking about them in terms of karma, and it seemed like he was saying that was like, how did I not let all that building up of karma, like doing all these things, like being in the world, like, how did I not let that get to me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, who could do that much for the planet and remove themselves as the doer, as the knower of the person who did the things, you know?
Jeez.
Because I think what he's saying there, like, if you're going as deep as it goes, like, that weighs on you.
Yeah.
Knowing that you do all those things.
Yeah.
And being the knower and being the doer. Like, that is karmic weight that's, like, sitting on you.
And also having, like, given up all the dreams that he had.
Yeah.
Like, all these things that were just, like... And then it's his example of, like, look at me. Do I look frazzled?
Right. Do I look like I'm holding the resentment for not, like, being on a motorcycle right now?
Yeah.
Oh, and then it's like, and then you're like, but my problems are big.
Yeah.
It's like, come on,
I'm in
Mitch.
a bad mood today.
Come on, man. Cut the shit. Damn.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Background, it's very good. That means you have a complex structure. But if this complex structure tortures you, and you will use your torture to torture everybody else around you, then it's a disaster. But if you use this complexity, because complexity is needed to come out with very significant solutions. If you have no complexity, usually you're called a simple fellow in England. In India we call them simpleton. People will have compassion for you, but no passion for you. Yes, it's a sad way to live. So now, if you want to deal with your karma, the simplest thing is, you sit here, absolute dispassion for this one, total passion for everything else. This is all.
This is all. Simple
What was
as that.
Zero passion for this one?
Complete dispassion for this one. Absolute passion for everything else.
Oh yeah. What? It's like, what would I do right now if that was how I viewed the world? It's something we should all ask ourselves and sit with for a little. I'd smoke some weed, bro.
Ride the waves.
I'd buy a convertible.
Yeah, like that? Is that how you're gonna drive it?
I would roll up to the ladies.
Yeah?
And I'd say, hop in.
Nice! I had the same answer. How is that possible?
We can do it together.
Yeah, man.
Karma Brothers. We could write that on the side of the car.
Karma Brothers?
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyone
You
who
should.
Anyone who showed up to this channel for the first time and got to that ending.
Yeah, yeah. You should get enlightened as fast as you can so you don't watch us anymore out of like oh, maybe this will help me out or something.
Yeah.
And then just like keep getting annoyed by us being stupid. So just get enlightened quick, and then you'll be like, oh, I don't need them anymore. I don't
maybe
need to
that's the point
deal
of
with
our
their
channel.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we just annoy you so much, but like offer just enough help so that you're like, oh, I can't stand there's
Immediately like throws phone.
yeah.
Burns
No
it.
more learn with us. Yes.
Thank you.
I don't need to learn. I just got it. I understand it all. Man,
Is that how it is?
maybe that's how it is.
Well, then we're doing our thing.
We're doing
already.
our, we're doing our
Yeah,
service.
we're doing our
I think we'll do
service.
even more service if we just get a little bit more annoying.
Yeah.
Little.
I think the best service we can do right now is end this video.
Maybe that's the greatest disservice we could do for people.
Sure, let's keep it rolling.
Jeez, if you're still watching, thanks,
Yeah.
because you're
You're a real one.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really, we're just using you for the watch time, so
that's a great point.
that's really boosting our algorithm scores, which are helping us afford that convertible and weed
And ladies,
and ladies.
right?
Afford. That got scary. That got scary.
Right.
Too fast.
Too fast. We're. Oh man,
Yeah, that was a rabbit hole.
that's a rabbit hole. You don't want to go down those, kids.
Snake holes? Yes. Rabbit holes?
Yeah.
No, no, no. I've heard if you enter a snake hole, you exit as the snake.
Maybe I'll try it.
Yeah. If you can fit, that's the question.
I can fit.
Alright. Well, folks, I've had enough
Well,
of this.
yes. All right. Oh my gosh.
Well, it's been real.
And it's been fun.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been real fun. Much love.
Much love. Oh, that was brutal.
That was